Hi, I'm Adeline and I'm joined here with one half of the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. If you'd like to introduce yourself by saying your name, your role in the band, and an interesting fact about yourself.
I'm Ronnie Winter. I'm the lead singer, songwriter, and I like Star Wars. How about that?
I'm John Hartman. I play drums, and I've never climbed the side of a mountain.
How would you describe your overall sound using 3 imaginative words?
3 imaginative words. How about blue? I guess it's not imaginative, is it? No, I'll take that back. You start it, and then
I've got one for you.
All right.
Ominous.
Ominous?
That's a good one.
How about Ominous Beatrice soundtrack?
Yes. Good.
So it's your 10-year anniversary of the
Yes.
band itself. Like, can you remember what the first ever live show, like with the original lineup, was like?
Well, actually, it's a little known fact. Our original lineup never played a show.
Okay.
That is a fact. Our drummer joined, he went to college, and our bass player joined the military before we played one show. So the original lineup has never played a show. The version 2, our first show was at the Art Bar in Jacksonville in 2004, and I remember it very well.
Okay.
It was awesome. All my old school friends were there, and I was in another band called Dishonest with my brother, who plays guitar now in Red Jumpsuit, but he was the singer for that band. So we had a local following already for that band, and all my buddies and everything came over to check out the new band, so it was really fun.
Okay.
I remember it.
What's been the best show with the current lineup so far? What would you say the best show so far has been?
Well, we've been going, this lineup's pretty much been the same for about 2 years now, which is a pretty long time for this band, because we've had a lot of people come and go. But, I don't know, what was
Houston.
Houston? Definitely not Houston. Houston's an awesome city. Houston's an awesome city, but we just had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah.
We've had some good shows.
Houston is great, and we love you as people. It was our fault. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Houston. We love you. We'll be back.
We just had a couple mistakes that night. No big deal. But you know, when you really actually play your instruments live instead of using tracks, sometimes you mess up, and we had an off night. But I would say the best night would be, I still think that last show at Pops was pretty amazing. St. Louis.
Yeah.
In the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
St. Louis was awesome.
That one was pretty rad. Pop St. Louis recently. But I mean, there's been a lot of crazy, awesome shows.
We just had a great one. What was the last one we just played?
Rolla, Missouri was really awesome too. St. Patrick's Day. That was an amazing show.
Yeah.
If you could go back to the you of 10 years ago and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
That's a tough one. I would probably... Wow, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't do anything differently, really. I don't want to, like, mess with the universe, you know what I mean? What about you?
The butterfly effect.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years. It's a long time.
It is a long time.
It's a long time.
I mean, I feel like the best advice I'd give myself was to keep trying at playing drums, stay at it constantly. You know, I took breaks. I went to college. This is different than the other drummer he talked about that went to college, but just different stuff. I've moved around, played, got back into bands and stuff. So I guess I would encourage myself to stay at it at a young age and stay at it for the rest of my life.
What would you be doing now if you weren't in the band?
Well, I was working construction. I drilled underneath the ground and put power in the ground. So when you see power lines in the air, and then they convert that to under the ground, that's what I used to do. And so I'd probably still be doing that, unfortunately. Yeah, it wasn't very fun. A lot of digging and like manual labor, but I guess I'd still be doing that.
Like, how long ago was it that you were doing that?
That was 2004, so right at 10 years. Because we started the band in 2003, then we started, gaining steam, writing songs, practicing, and then in 2005 we got signed, and that's when everybody quit their jobs, and we're just like, all right, we're just going to go for it and see what happens. So at that time I was working construction. What about you?
10 years ago?
Yeah.
I was graduating high school, and I was in a band at the time that we were trying to make something happen, and Nothing really ever happened with several of the bands I was in at a younger age, but I've been through so many jobs and lived in different places and done so many different things that it's kind of hard to pinpoint one place because I've constantly changed.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think you'd be doing now? Like, if you had to pick one thing that if you weren't in a band you had to do, what would you do?
I went to school for marketing, so I'd probably be somewhere in that realm. Maybe living somewhere warm, like where we're at now in Florida or California, somewhere just warm.
We like the heat.
Yep.
We do like the heat.
Yeah, too bad you're in the UK, you know, it's a confused place.
Normally come here in December, so
Yeah.
this is actually pretty nice. So this is the first time we've actually been here in a long time when it wasn't like dead winter, so it feels good.
Ever get days off to visit the places that you tour?
We didn't last tour, which that sucked. It was every single day from the moment that we landed was a show, all the way until the last show, and then the next day we had to fly out. So this time, actually, we specifically asked for days off so we could go hang out. So we will get to see some stuff this time. That's pretty cool. Last time we did not, though.
Like, what's your favourite place to go?
Favorite place in the UK or just like in the world?
Just in the UK.
We have done, I think, let's see, I think this is our 6th tour. Yeah, it's been a long time, like I said, 10 years, so I'm trying to remember every time. We've definitely come over here a lot. But I really like, where's Yeovil? I really like Yeovil. I think that's southeast. I'm not too familiar with the geography. Oh, London's great. You know, we're from America, so London's kind of the New York City of to Americans anyway.
Yeah.
So you know, there's a lot of cool stuff and like big shopping malls and all that. So you know, like I said, we don't really get to hang out a whole lot. So maybe this time we'll find a new favorite spot.
What advice would you give to all the kids out there trying to make it?
Kind of like what John said, you know, just stick with it. You know, I had similar situations to John where I had a bunch of different jobs, and I was also a drummer at the time when I was younger, around the age of what he was talking about, and I went more into work and more into college, and I started straying away from music, and then when I dropped out of college, and I started not showing up to work, but I started pursuing music more, and it wound up working out for me. So I would just kind of say what he said. Just, you know, if you know that that's what you want to do, regardless of what your parents say, don't let your parents watch this interview either. You know, follow your heart. If that's really what you want to do, if that's what's going to make you happy, then don't let anything else get in the way, or you won't achieve it. You know, right?
Anything to add?
it sounds pretty on point right there. Keep at it. Don't give up. Never surrender.
Never surrender.
Like, how does the
Hey.
lights?
Sweet. Sweet.
How would you say the whole writing process works with you guys as a band? Is it like one person writes everything, or is it like you all sit together in a room and all kind of contribute?
Well, it's changed over the years, you know. Like we said, it's been 10 years. It's been a long time. So in the beginning, it was just me with an acoustic guitar, and I wrote a bunch of songs, and I was in another band with my brother. And this band, I started because the songs that I was writing didn't fit that band. So in the beginning, just a couple of my friends who were already hanging out at my house anyway, who happened to be musicians, because most musicians hang out with other musicians. Like, most of your friends are musicians, right? Most of my friends are musicians. It's just the way it is. Like, you just gravitate towards people that have similar interests. So they started jamming with me, and, you know, that was pretty much me just writing stuff on the acoustic and then them playing the parts. Then once the band kind of had a lineup that lasted for a while, then we started writing the music together, jam room style, and then I would write all the lyrics and the vocals, the song, if you will. But then we would write the music as a band. And that's pretty much how we've done it since about 2006 on. So the first 3 or 4 years, I pretty much just did everything, and then mainly on acoustic, and then we figured out extra guitar parts and bass lines and stuff later. And now it's pretty collaborative. I mean, I still do most of the lyrics and the melodies, which is like the song, but Randy has a lot to do with the music. Josh writes all of his own solos. Joey always writes all of his own bass parts. So it's become more of a collective team. We haven't written anything with John yet, but we've known John for a long time, and he's a songwriter. And I'd be willing to bet, you know, we'll probably wind up writing with him soon. We'll see how it goes.
What was
Pressure's
your
on John. Pressure's on John, not me.
It's on me now.
What were your first impressions of each other?
I just thought these guys were absolutely terrible. Just made me nauseous. No, I'm just kidding. I started going out on tour with them about 4 years ago, 3, 4, something like that. I was in an opening band playing drums with mutual friends, and just started going out regularly on tour, opening up for Jumpsuit, and just sort of, became friends, buddies with the guys over the years. And when opportunity came available to come in and play drums with the band, I didn't take it right away because at first I was still in another band, and then I quit the band and got the call again because he had an opening spot, and I was like, absolutely. So this is sort of how it went down, and that was about 6 months ago now. So
yeah, we've been trying to get John for a while. He's a great drummer, and like he said, he was in another band, so it's one of those rules of being in a band. You don't want to steal somebody, but also at the same point in time, a lot of drummers nowadays play for multiple bands. So we had been courting John for a while, and we finally got him. So, we got you. We're here.
Like, so your brother's in the band as well.
Yeah.
So what's it like working with family?
It's awesome. I love my brother. We do anything for each other. We definitely have our moments, though. We definitely argue, and but we have a collective vision. He's a musician, probably one of the best musicians I've ever met. He's great at guitar. He can play bass. He's phenomenal at piano. He's a great drummer, and he's a good songwriter. So I don't know anybody else that's as multi-talented as he is. So when I work with him, we work extremely fast because we can both play so many different things, and we both just understand each other on a different kind of level because we're brothers. And we've been playing music together since we were like 9. Like I said, we had another band before this band. So it's a perfect fit. Like I said, yeah, sometimes we yell and scream at each other, but that's because we're both passionate about what we have to say and what we're doing. And I'd much rather work with somebody that is going to argue about something that's important than just be a jerk about something that really doesn't matter at all. And I think that's one thing that's big in our band. We definitely argue amongst ourselves, but it's always about important issues. And there's nobody just bullying anybody else around, and that's important when you're in a band.
You guys are on tour quite a bit, so who would you say has the most annoying habit in the band, and what is it?
Randy smokes too much. Randy smokes too many cigarettes. He needs to quit. Who else? What else?
There you go.
We're gonna get in trouble. Let's tear everybody down.
All right, Chris Carter. He's a little rough when we're trying to sleep with the snoring habit.
Yep.
But that's not too terrible. It's just all right. You lose some sleep.
Yeah.
Everybody gets along pretty well though.
Yeah. Chris.
There's no real craziness.
Chris knows. All right, here we go. Here's the quick, fast version. All right, Chris snores too loud. Randy smokes too many cigarettes. I'm sure I have a problem. I don't know what it is. But, I don't know. I'm always yelling. I'm always just kind of stressing out about everything, just because I always want everything to be perfect and go according to plan. So I'm always kind of freaking out about the schedule. Jesse, he sleeps too much. He'll sleep 12 hours straight if you let him, and we'll be late to the next show. So he's been good about it though recently. And Joey, he doesn't bathe. So Josh is kind of like the angel of the group.
Yeah.
He does everything right.
He does.
So that's it. That's everyone, right? Did I miss anyone?
I didn't get any teardown.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want you to run away. I don't want to scare you away yet. I guess yours would be you're always lagging behind.
Yeah.
And every time we're at a gas station, he's the last person in the van. He's the last person to get out of the van and the last one to come back in.
We should leave him one day and see if
we should leave him.
just see what happens.
Thanks.
He might start.
You're right.
I appreciate that.
He's just a little slow, but that's okay.
When you guys see a tweet from me that I've been left at a gas station, you know who to blame.
That's right.
Have you had any creepy fan experiences?
We don't wear makeup and leather and studs like a lot of bands, and we don't really scene out. Yeah. So all of our fans are pretty regular. Yeah. We're just a regular band, just regular people who decided to play rock and roll music. So I think a lot of our fans are just your average everyday person who likes rock and roll. So like I said, we're not really in that crazy creepo scene. So luckily we don't have that issue.
Yeah.
I have heard about it with those other bands though. But hey, when you wear leather and eyeliner, you're going to attract some interesting people. So that's all I'm saying. Not pointing any fingers at all. I'm just saying, know what you're getting yourself into. Right? Is everyone going to hate me now? Oh!
Hate.
I'm such a jerk because I don't wear eyeliner.
Yep, I don't hate tonight.
Yeah, we'll play Don't Hate for those guys.
What would you say is the best thing about being in the band?
The ultimate best thing is obviously sharing our music with people. All of our songs are actually really personal. They're all based on real, true events that's happened in my life about not only members in the band, but family and just the world in general. So for me, it's very awesome to have kids or grown adults tell me how much a song means to them, because it means equally the same much to me. So also just spreading the message. You know, we have a very strong belief in Christ as well. And it's kind of an underlying theme in a lot of our music. We don't really push it too hard to drive people away, but it's definitely there. So it's cool for me, for the people that do discover that. And either way, if that's not your thing, if you still like the music, that's awesome too. So, but that's probably my favorite part of being in a band, is sharing the lyrics and the message and the story behind the song, because we don't just write songs to be catchy or write songs to be popular. We write stories to try to express what we've been through, because we've been through a lot.
And what would you say?
Well, having done a lot of random jobs and things like we were talking about, being in a band is pretty awesome to me, just because your experiences are always changing. Even if you go to the same venues sometimes, you have new experiences the next time you go, and you share new experiences with the people you travel with. You know, you meet new people all the time. You get to constantly change environments and do what you love, which is play music and make a living out of it. So that whole package as a whole is pretty awesome to be a part of. So
it's hard to go back after that.
Yeah.
Like once you've experienced, like you said, like making a living, new experiences, traveling, playing shows, we're pretty much screwed for life. We're gonna be musicians forever. So.
Okay, so I told you about this at the start of the interview. So we're going to do a British phrase game, okay? So you just tell me the definition. Okay. So Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. I know that one. I've definitely heard that one before.
Bob's your uncle. You have an uncle. His name is Bob.
Is it like Is it a scapegoat thing? Like blame it on Uncle Bob? Like, I don't know.
That's a good guess though. If only it was. No, that's not what it means. It's like you use it at the end of a sentence. So let's say if I gave you instructions, you know, I was like, oh, go left here, right there, and you know, Bob's your uncle. You know, so you just use it to. People just use it to end a sentence sometimes. So
I've
like.
definitely heard it though.
Yeah, blow off.
To blow off, like blow off steam, like, right?
Yeah, it's to blow off. Saying if
like
you're
blow it off, like, don't let it bother you.
Yeah.
Shrug it off.
If you're blowing somebody off, and
Yeah,
the term
I'll
of
give you that.
being
Oh boy.
not meeting up with them, and you're making other plans,
Then you're blowing them off.
Yeah.
Because you got both of them actually. Cock up.
What is that?
Cock up.
Cock up?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Is that one word or two? Cock up. Can you spell it?
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah.
I can't use it in a sentence without giving it away.
This is like not the spelling bee rules.
Yeah. I don't know. Got me on that one. Never
Cock
heard
up.
it.
Jesse's a cock up.
That one doesn't sound real to me.
Someone
Like-
said that. Someone
Alright.
said that, but
Like stand your ground?
no, it means to mess up.
To
So
mess up?
yeah, to mess up. So
I've never heard
I
that.
can't-
I've heard some other ones that sound like that, but not that one.
I'm gonna start using that one.
banger. What does that mean?
Banger? Like B-A-N-G-E-R?
Yeah.
Banger? It means like awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like
Isn't it? Awesome,
like-
radical,
cool.
something like that. Isn't it?
sweet.
It's just looking at this like, no.
It's a sausage.
That's definitely not American. That is not American.
No, it's a British phrase.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that. Okay, I was confused from the start. Okay, I got
It's a
you.
British phrase,
Yes, like
and you have to
bangers
guess
and
what
mash,
it means.
right?
Yeah, bangers and mash. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, and
I'm ready.
courgette.
Is that cheese?
No.
Is that some kind of food too?
Yeah, it's
I know it's a food.
Yeah.
Is it like a bread?
No.
Is it a spread that you put on something?
No.
Dang it. I know it's a food type.
Courgette.
Is it a pastry?
No.
Dang it. I just got all of those wrong.
It's a veg.
A veg.
A vegetable?
A veggie.
Oh, okay. I definitely don't know what it is.
It looks like a cucumber.
I don't get it. I don't.
Zucchini?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What's a free yard?
A free yard. That's like a. Is that a beer?
No.
Is that? I feel like a yard is like a drink.
Yeah, at like yard
Like
house.
a yard of ale.
A half a yard.
A free yard. Well, it's probably not the measurement, right? It's not like
No.
a distance. And it's not like your front yard in your house.
You're really close.
Um,
You're so close.
Similar to front
is it a
yard.
room in your house?
It's a house. It's
Oh,
like a
okay.
free house. Peng.
Pang. Sounds like a drink. Like Tang.
Like Pang.
I don't know that one.
Pang.
I knew bangers though. Dang it! I wish I would have said that because I thought of that and I was like, that's not American. What's pang?
Pang gives me the vibe like in the old school Batman TV show.
Like pow.
Yeah, where they've got the illustrations on the screen with like a exciting thing that shows up, and it's like pow and like pang when they hit somebody.
I love how you both said it at the same time there. It means hot or good looking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so peng. I
Gotcha.
guess. Yeah.
Pang.
Yeah, peng.
Ah, pang.
Yeah. Taking the mick or taking the piss.
Taking the mick.
Or taking the piss.
I mean, that one sounds pretty obvious, right?
Taking the piss.
I don't see how that can be misconstrued for anything other
Yeah,
than
we say
urinating.
taking a piss all the time.
Taking the mick. What would a mick be? I have no
Is that
idea.
like affiliated to using a restroom?
No.
Because that's what we refer
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have a clue. No clue.
Yeah,
Clueless.
we frequently say taking a piss, and that means I'm gonna go pee somewhere on a tree.
She said taking the piss.
Anywhere. So taking the piss, I'm totally not familiar with at all.
Is it like a test?
No, it means making fun of someone or something. So you'd be like, oh, you're taking the piss. Have you never heard? Yeah, you've never heard that before.
No, never.
Hench.
Hench. Oh, that makes me think of wench. Server.
Hench,
Waitress.
like a unpleasant person,
The opposite.
a
A
wonderful,
nice person.
nice
No.
person,
A
a pleasant person.
That was the opposite, is that right?
No. It means muscular or well built.
What was the word again?
Hench.
Okay, never heard that.
Bummer. This is the one. This is my freebie.
Bummer, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say like,
Uh,
bummer, like not cool, right?
Yeah.
Drats, Zutalor,
darn.
Banter.
banter. Is that like talking, like what we're doing? Banter?
Useless banter, going on and on of things that don't really matter.
Is that what that is?
I did the playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks.
Yeah,
Banter.
like two people. I think we got that one.
I don't know if I can give it to you though. Like, I don't.
We'll let them decide. Yeah. All right. When you watch us, leave in the comments.
Submit your votes.
Submit your votes. We think we got it. She thinks we don't have it.
Banter.
Vote for us. Thank you. For Presidents of Banter.
2013.
What's on the lash?
On the lash. Hungover?
So close.
Like tired?
No,
Worn down?
but you were so close. First one. We'll be like, oh, we're going on the lash tonight.
Oh, you're gonna go out and party.
You're gonna get drunk?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Not
Well,
on
We
the.
call that getting hammered.
I think we use that too. But,
Getting hammered, not by an actual hammer, but by other things.
on the pull.
On the pole?
On the pull. So like pulling.
Oh, on the pole. Like, doing good?
No.
Doing bad?
No.
On the pole.
Like sporadically, like you're doing something on the fly. Is that?
On the pole.
You do it on the lash.
Using the bathroom?
No.
Barfing?
No.
Dancing.
No.
What else do you do when you're drinking?
Like you go out, you go get drunk,
And then on the pole?
you're single.
Okay, so like pulling ladies, pulling
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
gotcha.
And
What do we call that?
On
We
the
call
prowl?
that the prowl, yeah, on the
use that
prowl.
as well. Pissed.
Pissed. That sounds,
Yeah.
seems fairly simple. Angry?
Well, no,
Upset?
Talk-
We do have it.
talking about getting drunk.
Yes.
Hmm. Didn't know that one.
That's from that Chumbawamba song.
I thought they were just talking about peeing.
Yeah, no, that's
because they drank so much.
Yeah. Well, that would make sense. But
so that's not what it's about?
No, they're talking about getting drunk. Oh, nice.
Holy cow.
Yeah. New discoveries.
I'll have to re-look that up.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, was it?
No, it wasn't.
I think we did pretty good, honestly.
Wow, yeah. Any last words?
Don't forget to vote for us 2013.
2013
Ron
Red
and
Jumpsuit.
John for president of We Got That Answer Right.
What was the answer? The
Banter.
We got banter.
No, I
we didn't get much of the other ones, but we got that one.
I've got plenty of banter. Trust me.